Welcome to a short preview of this ScreenCastsOnline video tutorial. Although macOS is designed to be a mouse or touchpad-driven OS, one of the ways you can become much more productive is by mastering some simple system-wide keyboard shortcuts, commonly known as full keyboard access. There are two distinct modes for full keyboard access, and they can be found under System Preferences. If you go into Keyboard, and then under Shortcuts, you'll see down here full keyboard access. So text boxes and lists only, or all controls. Now by default, text boxes and lists only is selected, and just to demonstrate how that works, I'll demonstrate on this System Preferences panel itself. So if I basically just use the Tab key, you'll see if I hit Tab once, the search box or the text box is now highlighted. Hit Tab again, it takes me to this list, highlighting Mission Control. I can use the arrow keys to go up and down. I can hit Tab again to go across to this other list, and again I can use my arrow keys to move upwards and downwards. Tab once more takes me into a text box where I can change the Mission Control keyboard shortcuts. Tab again, and that's taking me back to the search panel. That's just a quick preview of one of this week's Apple-related tutorials from ScreenCastsOnline. ScreenCastsOnline is your premium source of Apple-related video tutorials. All of our members get access to brand new, up-to-date tutorials each week, as well as unlimited access to our entire video archive full of Mac and iOS related tutorials. You can stream and download all of our videos on your Mac, iPad and iPhone, and even your Apple TV using the members-only ScreenCastsOnline Apple TV app. Membership also includes a complimentary subscription to the digital ScreenCastsOnline monthly magazine, published each month and packed with videos, articles, reviews, as well as hints and tips covering all aspects of the Mac, iPad, iPhone, and all of the other fantastic Apple products. So, if you're ready to start getting the most out of your Apple devices, visit ScreenCastsOnline.com today and become a ScreenCastsOnline member.